The Green Bay Packers just gave us the news we all wanted. I'm going to break that down for you guys in this video. If you are new to the channel and haven't subscribed, if you like the content, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. Okay, so let's jump into it. If you remember last week, the Packers in their joint practice versus the Denver Broncos, they looked absolutely dreadful. Matt LaFleur hoping they were going to get things together, take things a little bit more serious in their preseason game Sunday night. They didn't. They looked equally as awful, but the Packers turned things around in their joint practice today versus the Baltimore Ravens. Let's take a look at what this has to say on PackersNews.com. Jordan Love stats for the day. Again, he looked dreadful versus the Denver Broncos. He turns things around. These are his stats for today. Quarterback Jordan Love completed 18 of 30 passes for 216 yards, 4 red zone touchdowns, and we'll get into that here a little bit more in depth. 1 interceptions against a very good Ravens defense. So things looking good ahead of what last week looked like for their final preseason game this upcoming Saturday. Goes on to say Packers rookie safety Evan Williams has an interception, continuing his impressive camp. And that's what we've seen out of this guy. Evan Williams just continues to impress everybody. 4th round pick for the Packers. He looks super good. He will be backing up Javon Bullard, but don't let that fool you because he's going to be seeing a lot of playing time. He just seems to be a gamer, seems to have a nose for the ball. Xavier McKinney looked super good today as well, but Javon Bullard also impressing. So you've got Evan Williams, Xavier McKinney, and Javon Bullard all putting together a good joint practice versus the Ravens. So that is a good problem to have if you're the Packers when we start talking about safety depth and what we didn't have last year. Packers pressure Lamar Jackson, forced Ravens into a long field goal attempt. The number 1 defense for the Packers looked overall very good for Green Bay, putting some pressure on Lamar Jackson, forcing him into either some sacks or some hurries. But it goes on to say right here, Kenny Clark appeared to sack Jackson on the first play. And then Lucas Van Ness continued to apply pressure on Jackson out of the pocket, drew in a holding penalty. Van Ness came up with a 3-second left and forced a long field goal attempt for the Ravens. Packers, number 1 defense, not surprising. They looked really good in the joint practice today. Expect to see that this upcoming Saturday, depending on who Matt LaFleur plays out there or not. Of course, we know roster cuts are coming, so really big decisions for the Packers coming up. So Jordan Love, a solid 2-minute drive. It said in the 2-minute drill, Jordan Love, he completed 3 of 6 passes for 53 yards as the Packers put him in position for a field goal. It says, goes on to continue that Jordan Love connected with Jaden Reed on a long pass, a 33-yard deep up the middle to move the ball drill. It would have been a 38-yard touchdown if it was a game time type of setting, but obviously this is just a joint practice. But the Packers looking super sharp so far. Jordan Love continued in the red zone, 4 touchdowns inside the 10-yard line. Super encouraging for us to hear and read this. 6 of 7, 42 yards, 4 touchdowns for Jordan Love, no interceptions in the red zone, 9-yard check down to Tucker Kraft in one of them that he connected. Also, great to see Tucker Kraft back out there, by the way. Just another weapon for the Packers offense and Matt LaFleur to just utilize out there. You've got Luke Musgrave, who I think is just going to be an absolute beast and a monster and a playmaker, separation galore out of that guy. And then you got Tucker Kraft that can just kind of do it all. So it's great to see him healthy and back out on the football, obviously, for Jordan Love, also because he connects on that 9-yard touchdown pass. Romeo Doubs seems to be his target in the end zone. And he connected with him on a 3-yard strike, also a 6-yard strike to Romeo Doubs. And then Christian Watson wins a jump ball for a touchdown on that 4-yard out route to Christian Watson. Again, very encouraging news for Christian Watson to keep winning these jump balls. That's what, we signed him for. We had big aspirations for Christian Watson there. So really good Packers defense winning the line of scrimmage. As you see right here, Jordan Love stats versus the Ravens at joint practice. Overall, he looked super good out there. Sean Clifford made a beautiful pass to Malik Heath, for all of those out there that were, really, hating on Sean Clifford after his performance Sunday night versus the Denver Broncos, he bounced back and looked super good. Kind of looked like what we need him to look for in a backup quarterback here in Green Bay. So he looked super good. So a lot of good things happening for the Packers. A very encouraging day in this joint practice between the Ravens and the Packers. Cannot wait to see how we follow that up and how we chase that up come Saturday. But as always, go Pack, go.